Damn, these airplanes are low. I mean, wow, they are low. I mean, sheesh. Anyway, my people, turn your phone horizontal. Turn your phone horizontal. My phone is horizontal. Turn your phone horizontal. Turn your phone horizontal. Look at this right here. What an amazing time to be alive. Supreme cosmic rising to my beautiful, amazing, angelic, benevolent beings. As we get closer and closer to our arrival at home, because we pulling up, baby. Earth is pulling up. This ship is pulling up. As we get closer and closer to our arrival at home, you see things are starting to increase on the planet exponentially. Even when you look at this presidential debate that's going on next, or you say this election that's going on right now between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, if you look at Adapt 2030, if you look at the video that I just posted regarding the great alignment that's taking place in October, November, what else is taking place down here on this physical realm in October and November? This election time. I told you everything that's taking place on this realm right here is a response to what's going on in the cosmos. The cosmos is not responding to the people or entities that are down here on this planet that wishes to be moving in reverse. Everyone on this planet, all these what you would call dark entities, are they just scientists to me. You know what I mean? They call themselves God, and but and what I mean by scientists, I don't mean the ones that's in your white lab jackets. I mean the ones that look different from you. And what I mean by different facial features, height, width, the way that they speak, how they move. They are natural beings, but they've been here for quite some time, and they genetically modified species on this planet, all the way up into what we call human life, from plant to bugs from insects to aquatic animals, all the way up to what we call human life. They have been genetically modifying and creating a world for themselves, playing God. That's what they have been doing, and now it's coming to an abrupt, quick end. See, here's the deal, right? It took them hundreds of thousands of Gregorian calendar years to get us in the conditions that we are in today. And the first way of getting us in this condition is getting us to talk. Once you get us to talk, that's when you start to change things. And this is what people fail to realize. We never spoke a word. Once you start to speak, that's when you start to change. You speak things into existence. So now that they got us talking, they got us on the most lowest language, which is the English language. We're manifesting their world for them. And now it's coming to such an abrupt end that this beast is in a corner along with his creation, and they are what you call in panic mode. These people are holding on to their very little what's left of sensibility, and we don't see it as a whole how they are breaking down. Just the other day, I do believe it's in Kansas or Kentucky somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. You had a male that a complex cell organism just bought a gun and a bunch of bullets and was hiding in his rural area. Now, mind you, he's in his rural area in his Narrett Expressway, and he's just shooting. He got a rifle, so he has a rifle with a scope on there, or not a scope, whatever. It's a rifle that he can be at a distance, and he got a bunch of bullets, and he's just shooting. I mean, you can look this up right now, people. This is currently going on right now. I think it's in Kansas or Kentucky. It's in one of those places, but it's one of those. It's one of the complex cell organisms. I mean, there is a lot of things that are transpiring and taking place that they refuse to put on the news and put it out in the open. It's on the news, but it's not on your national or local news. It's like they put it in the news. They put it in like little columns. You know what I mean? As they're reporting it. But again, my people, this is all to minimize their expiration date. That's all it is. It's just to minimize their expiration date to try to give them as much um, comfort as they possibly can have as their world is coming to an abrupt end. It's all it is. It's coming to an abrupt end. No matter what they do, I just want people to understand this. No matter what the complex cell organism do, it's nothing you can do about what's taking place right now. We are separating from one another. You will learn to live with one another or you will destroy one another. And we will learn to live with one another or we will destroy one another. It's just that your creator is has to reveal itself. Him and his crew has to reveal itself. And that's what's coming up right now. So they want to get everyone in a riled up in a low vibrational state full of fear. So that way, when you do see these species, you're going to fold up. Most of you are going to fold up because you're not used to seeing something with, you know, 12 to 15 foot with wings. You're not used to seeing that. So if you're not used to seeing, and when you did see something that was 12 to 15 foot that didn't look like you with wings, in the movies, it was always something that was violent, something that was creepy, something that was scary, something that was always trying to harvest your energy or eat you or kill you. So what you think you're going to see now? This is coming your way, regardless if you want to accept it or you don't want to accept it. That's fine. Do you. I'm not, no one is telling you, not to, do you. But if you think we're the only intelligent beings, the only life forms on the planet, we just in this realm alone, we're not talking about in the solar system, but just in this on this realm alone, then there's something wrong with you. There's literally something wrong with you. And it's even more sad and disgusting. And really, it shows how and that these people thinking really is to really be mad or feel upset regarding the fact that you can't explain how a worm, a wolf, a cow, a fruit fly, a muskrat, a cat, a zebrafish, and a monkey literally became part of your genetic makeup. You can't explain this shit. And it's very heartbreaking. To you it is, not to us, because you thought this was never going to come out. All that was hidden must be revealed. All the lies must be revealed. And this is why I tell my people that these people are more dangerous right now than ever. They are more dangerous right now to you than ever. And you think, I just want to speak about this one last thing real fast. This alignment that's taking place in October and November. For my people to really believe that Kamala Harris, and you're going to see it on a presidential debate tonight. You're going to see how uh, unqualified she is to lead this totalitarian primitive system. You're going to see her thinking pattern. You're going to see how she really thinks for herself as well as how she's trying to think for the people. And it's going to come out. You're going to see how and again, like I said, most women, especially my mothers of humanity, you need to stop taking yourself out of your body and putting yourself in every woman's body and putting yourself in every woman's mind, because that's your detriment right there. You see what I'm saying to you? You literally think when a man says that this woman or any other woman that speaks with a IQ of a fucking a 12-month old puppy, you really believe that we're talking about you. We really believe that we're talking about every woman. We're not talking about every woman. We're talking about that particular woman or some women that honestly have that mindset. And she is a very slow woman when it comes to politics. If you listen, in fact, she's not even a woman. She's really a species. This is what you don't even understand. She's something else. But what you don't know is that if you ever pay attention to her laugh, if you ever pay attention to her if you look at her phenotype, if you look at her neck, if you look at her eyes, if you ever pay attention to her, she is nothing. She's not even a pawn on a board. That's what makes it so sad. She's not even a pawn on the board. So when we sit here and we get into, women getting into these feelings about when you speak about Kamala Harris, especially those that don't know that The politics don't understand politics. They just go off of what they hear off television. You see, they're just programmed. It's very sad to look at to listen to some of you how y'all speak when it comes to a woman that's literally embarrassing black women at this particular time, so-called black women. This woman is literally embarrassing you all. And y'all don't even get it. She's not embarrassing you because she's not black, but she is insulting you because she's not black and she's pretending to be you and she's using you to literally uh she's using you for you to build your own prison. Because if you believe in her, you believe in her you believe in her philosophy as far as how the planet and how America should run. So that means you believe in her. So therefore, she is using you. Like, for example, I just want to speak on this one 3D shit real fast. If you look at the commercial when it comes down to abortions, right? The abortions rights. Do you know how sad that is? That shit has nothing to do with black people. In fact, the only reason why in fact, let me explain something to you. It has everything to do with black people, so-called black people. Let me correct myself. But the commercial, when you look at the commercial, it started off with white girls speaking about being raped and how being raped and being getting pregnant by being raped is not something that you want. But when you look at history and you look at the when you look at the history of the so-called black race and you look at the history of the so-called complex cell organism, well, what species went from continent to continent, from village to village? Not only that they were killing, but they were raping and pillaging at the same time. Who did this? This is what I'm saying to you. You know Hannibal did go into Europe with 70,000 strong black men, so-called black men. When we went over there and we destroyed the Roman Empire, why is there's no stories about black men raping white women? Why is there's none of those stories? That's confusing to me. When we went there, it was no raping. You understand? It was shut that shit down, and we was ready to leave from there. But guess what the women did? Because this entity was smart. He already knew what to do with these women. When we went there and we just devoured these people, destroyed them. Those women said, "I want to procreate with those men right there. They make super babies." The same thing that's happening right now when with the whole we need to preserve our species, so now we need to sleep with black people so that way we can get melanin. You're not going to preserve your race, people. It's a lie. The only thing that they're doing right now is to get black people to further embarrass themselves. Bestiality. Your babies are not going to make it. So I just want, and I know this is upsetting to a lot of people, but I want you to know something. Your mother is white, or your mother's a complex cell organism, and your dad is black, you're going to receive the same fate. It just takes a little bit longer regarding the sun energy to catch up with your ass, but it's catching up to you because you have a little bit of us in you. But see, then the same thing go vice versa. Your mother is black and the mother is white. You're going to have complications with your baby. Just so that you know that. A lot of you don't want to hear that and you're upset with me about it. But I'm not making this up. Just think about this. You are two different species and you made another species. So when a white man has sex with Serena Williams and Serena got a baby by a white man, right? That's a whole nother different species. That's not Serena Williams. That's a whole nother different species. I know in my videos, and I was looking at science, and it was saying that if the mother black, then that's what you are. That's not necessarily the full case, because you have to really understand something. Who sparked that egg? What sparked that egg? You see what I'm saying to you? You have to think about that. What sparked that egg? Who sparked that egg? So that cell, even though 90 to 95% of that genetic information is passed down through the mother, there's still a percentage that is passed down from the father. So what percentage of that DNA is passed down to the child, and what has that child accepted? You see what I'm saying to you? What is a part of that child DNA? Is it chimpanzee? Is it zebrafish? Is it wolf? Is it all of them? You have to ask yourself these questions. Get mad at me all you want, but I'm thinking, and me thinking is meaning that I'm not in the fucking box. And guess what? I would rather be judged on what I did with myself and what I did with my family as far as growing, as far as raising my family and what I did around in my community and how I treated people versus me having to be dealt with not only that portion of myself, but then I got to deal with the portion of myself that I'm actually creating another species. We are literally creating a whole nother species on the planet when we share our blood and genetic information with another species. We're literally creating. That's why I told you, two white people getting together, they don't make an upgrade. This is what you don't understand. They don't replicate themselves. When two white people get together, they don't replicate themselves. This is why if you look at the planet, it's been so much mixed breeding on the planet because the people that have been mixing blood with us, their blood, their body, their anatomy is able to stay together a little bit longer, stays intact a little bit longer and a little bit more healthier than what you would consider pure white people sleeping with one another. You see what I'm saying? Colin Kaepernick don't have the same complications what you would consider Brad Pitt would have. You know what I mean? I'm just using, and Colin Kaepernick is a football player, but his dad is black and his mom is whatever it is. See, you don't have the same complications. You see what I'm saying to you? But they have complications. Scoliosis of the spine, you know what I'm saying? Some people have skin irritations, as far as photodermatitis, allergic to the sun. Some people are more allergic to the sun versus the other. It is what it is, my people. This is not hatred. This is all scientific fact that I'm speaking on. And the problem is that after this great alignment that's coming up in October and November, it just so happened that this is where the election time is at. This a great alignment that's coming up in October or November is going to be the door that's kicked the fuck open that all the lies are going to be revealed on the planet. If you go outside right now and you live in Philly, you can just stand directly in the sun. You feel the intensity of the sun literally piercing your skin. You can feel it. They don't even want to come outside underneath the sun. And when they come outside underneath the sun, it hurts them. And they try to walk towards the shade and they start sweating very bad, instantaneously coming out in the sun. Like I told you, it doesn't make a difference if it's 40 degrees, 30 degrees, minus 20. When the skies are clear like this is detrimental to you. Very detrimental to you. It makes you feel uncomfortable. So even if the skies was cloudy, right, and the sun wasn't piercing through like this, it would still feel uncomfortable to them because you're heating up from the inside out versus the outside in. See, this right here is going to prevent you from coming out in the daytime, but that's not going to stop you from changing. Your phenotype is still going to change because what you are absorbing that you can't see. You can't see the particles that are in the atmosphere that is being released from the sun that your body is still bonding with. See, you can't see that, but it's still taking place. And this is what makes you upset. And I got it. I totally got it. Y'all think it's a game. Listen, first of all, let's just start with this. Let me just say this real fast, right? You can look up right now what the body produces. Protein enzymes, protein that the body produces. You can look that up. There are 9 proteins that the body produces naturally on its own. And then it's going to tell you that your body needs 22 proteins altogether. And then they're going to say you get the rest of the protein from what? Look at the animals that they're telling you to get the rest of your protein from, right? And I want you to ask yourself, my prokaryotic cell people, my single cell organism people, ask yourself one question. Should you be eating that shit? Fuck no, you shouldn't be eating it. But they need to eat it. And if you look around on the planet right now, all the products and food that they need to eat in order for them to sustain their cell structure, their cellular structure, everything that they need to sustain cellular structure, there is going bad. The chicken, the fish, all of them having infections and poison, and they all becoming toxic at this time. Why? Because they will no longer be able to live comfortable. Food allows you to live comfortable. Food allows you to be in a docile state. That's why they teach you to eat consistently throughout the fucking course of the day. Eat, 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 eat. Consume, 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 consume instead of consuming this. Because when you consume this, guess what? You don't feel docile. You don't feel lethargic. You don't feel as a man like you have estrogen in you. You feel like your testosterone is building up in you, and you speak in a different tone and you move in a different manner. All you have to do is look at the males, and this is what I tell sisters. Look at the males that stay indoors all day. Look at the males that's constantly indoors, regardless if they playing video games or they have a job and they working, and they don't spend any time outside in the sun. And look at them, a majority of them, they eat consistently. And not only they eat consistently, they eat foods that produce estrogen. So it's called gynecomastia. Gynecomastia. That right there is when you have a hormone imbalance. Gyneco syndrome. You can look at it, it's called gynecomastia, but gyneco syndrome. It's when you have a hormone imbalance where the body is producing more estrogen than it is testosterone. The same thing goes with females. If you look at females that are sitting around and are in the house and they're not getting the sunlight, y'all growing beards now. You having fucking chin hairs on your fucking face and shit. And your body structure is starting to be more. You're still effeminate female because you producing, but your body is starting to turn into masculinity shit. You see what I'm saying to you? Look at the females. You're getting your hair on your chin. Your voice. Some of your voices are becoming more deeper. You understand what I'm saying to you? And you're becoming more aggressive as a woman. Why? Just look at the women that sit inside the house. Look at what they drink. Look at what they consume. And that go from males and females. Look at them. Just look at the shit. And you will start to see, you be like, damn. Look, a woman that's always angry, always upset. You can hear women cussing at their kids as they taking them to school in this morning, early in the morning. Walking down the street, their foot, even when they walking on the street, their feet sound like you ever hear somebody walking in your house and they got a certain walk when they upset and you can feel them stomping a little bit. That's them stomping in the fucking house. And males, we have been I want to say we because we are family. We have been reduced to be a feminine fucking man. We have been reduced not to show any type of aggression, because when you show aggression, you're a man that's dealing with childhood traumas. There is something wrong with you. Your mother wasn't in your life. Your grandmother wasn't in your life. You didn't have any females in your life that showed you any love. Are you fucking sick? Love is the reason why you are in the conditions that you are in right now. You are, as a man, as a man is not a violent man, but you should have the ability to perform that violent act. You should be able to stand and speak with a tone without raising your voice, sounding like a fucking a high pitched woman, and you should be able to control your physical emotions, whereas though that you can be able to assert yourself as a man in any situation. And it doesn't mean that the first thing that you do, most males resort to guns. Most males resort to physical violence because they cannot intellectually handle themselves, because you know why? Because they're chemically imbalanced. So you're so chemically imbalanced, you start screaming, you start raising your voice, you get upset, and now you want to go turn to violence because you know why? You can't defend yourself and you're full of estrogen. You're full of female hormones. You see? Atrazine is another one that's in your water. People really kills me about not understanding. Go take a clean glass and go fill it up with your water from go fill it up with some tap water. Sit it in the sun and just look at it after a few hours, and you tell me what that look like to you. You tell me what that look like to you. Chemicals. You got all type of chemicals inside of your water. Birth control. All types of shit inside the water right now. And this is something that must go on, because you know why? Because they want to feminize masculine energy in the United States. Every country is preparing for something physical to take place, and their males are preparing for something physical to take place. Here in America, we are not preparing for that. We're prepared to go to the clubs. We're prepared to go shopping. We're prepared to go sit down in the fucking and watch football games and basketball games all fucking day. We prepared to just sit there and look. And you know what? I was talking to a sister the other day, right? What in this is the only time in life that incompetent men can pretend to be competent men and get women. See, women don't know you're being preyed on right now. You see, you don't even get it. You dealing with a bunch of predators out here in the fucking street right now, and you don't even get it. You think I'm making this shit up. You are dealing with manipulators and predators right now in the fucking street. Because I told you, if you get with a guy and the first thing he want to do is take you to go get something to drink, you're dealing with a predator. The first thing he want to do is put some drugs in your system, you're dealing with a motherfucking predator. The first thing he want to do is take you somewhere with some loud music. Y'all can't talk to each other. Y'all can't have an intimate conversation with one another. You're dealing with a fucking predator. The first time you deal with a man and a man is not trying to take you from your situation and make it a better situation, I don't give a fuck if you, I don't care if you have your own house, your own apartment, whatever the case may be. If he's not saying right then and there, listen, you know what? I'm really feeling you. You feeling me? Fuck that shit. You got to come up out of there, and we got to make this shit. We got to make this shit work together right here in my motherfucking house. Now, granted, you got situations that happen where though you got somebody living in one state, you living in another state. Some shit it just don't work out because somebody gonna have to let go. And if you're afraid to let go, then that's on the fuck on you. But a man should be wanting to take you from, and your situation will always be better because when you leave, if you're in a situation you're paying 100% of your bills, you're doing 100% of the things on your own, meaning that you're not doing it on your own because you have to pay for somebody to come and do it, but you're doing it independently on your own. As soon as you get with someone that shows value of you, automatically your shit that you were doing on your own should be cut in half automatically. And if that's not good enough for a woman, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm being honest. And the same thing go for a man. And here it is. What do men want from women? And what do women want from men? Point blank and simple. This is simple shit that can that can be resolved. We as black people are arguing and having these long ass drawn out conversations over the fucking internet about what a man and a woman how they should be treating each other. You were here to reproduce and carry on my fucking bloodline, but someone's bloodline that is worthy. You wasn't here to carry on a bloodline because a nigga got $1 million. What's wrong with you? See, because then you'll have a baby like Dwayne Wade. You'll have a baby by somebody like him, and next thing you know, your fucking son is taking hormone blockers and getting sex change. You know how many women will sleep with Lil Nas X knowing that this nigga is gay, and no, you will sleep with him, and some of you will carry his baby, and you know why? You know what? Not you know why? The universe will destroy that bloodline. Kill that bloodline all the way at its fucking root. See, this is what what are we here for? We're not here to get up and go to school for fucking school is every second of the day. The problem is that you're not paying attention to nature. You're not paying attention to yourself. School is every fucking second of the day. When you open your eyes, you're in school. Not when the bell ring, not when you walk in some square ass building and some square ass book, looking at some square ass chalkboard and some square ass teacher following a lesson plan. That's not school. That's being indoctrinated. School is every fucking second of the day. So what are we, you're supposed to get up and work? You're working for free energy. The planet is producing electricity and gas. What do you mean? Your houses is that everything that you have comes from the earth. You can do this shit by yourself. What are you talking about? So what was we here to do? What is your purpose here to do? You think your purpose was to sit back and really be proud about the plaques that you got in your fucking world? I got my master's degree, bachelor's degree, associate's degree. I make this type of amount of money. I got this type of car. I got this type of house. I'm doing it. I'm doing it real big. Yeah, you are doing it real big in this world, but you have literally cut the universe off from yourself. So therefore, you are still dealing with depression and anxiety. You can listen. Let me tell you something. You can put me around a motherfucker that got a whole bunch of money, and I will pull that depression and anxiety right out of their asses. You can pull me around somebody that got money, got a car, got the whole, got everything that they say in this world, and I will pull the depression and anxiety out of their asses. Pull it right out. Pull it right out. Because the people that want to show off that type of stuff, the people that's so proud of their worldly accomplishments, because they only are proud of it so that way they can, because they believe in poverty. They believe that there is something that someone that doesn't have that is less than them. You see what I'm saying to you? Even though they share the same genetic makeup. So therefore you believe that you made it. So you will only be proud of that because now you're looking down at someone that doesn't have it. You see, I would rather hug homeless people. I would rather sit down and talk and have conversations with the less fortunate, the people that are living with the earth versus the people that are living with the earth versus people that are living with the world. I would rather, and I don't even want to say less fortunate because these people are not less fortunate. The less fortunate people are the people that have the worldly success. You are less fortunate. You think you have fortune. You don't have any fortune. None whatsoever. This is why it's hurting you right now. Inflation. I went to the store and bought the same groceries 2 years ago and I spent $60. Now I bought the same groceries that I bought 2 years ago. It's $250. Oh my gosh, my grocery bill is $700. And 2 years ago, my grocery bill was only $400 or $300. You are now feeling the end of your reign. You see, you are now feeling the end of your luxury. You don't get it. It is at an end for you. I don't give a fuck what genetic makeup you are. Most of our people are just as worse as you. I don't give a fuck. You are feeling the end of it now. Just like the other day, Bitcoin crash, cryptocurrency, all this shit is all of it. You think there is light at the end of the tunnel. The only light at the end of this motherfucking tunnel was that right there. And if your ass can't walk through that and come on the other side of it, then guess what? That's the fuck on you. If you can't walk through that and come out on the other side of it, that's on you. So let me just end. I'm gonna end this video with this. For the few people that come on my YouTube channel, all you have to do is click on my videos and look at what Instagram and YouTube don't allow to get circulate. That's all you got to do. So if Instagram and YouTube and your scientists across the world, even NASA, just talk about it's the ether realm. It's the ether realm. So listen, all you have to do is click on my videos. Whenever I post a video like this, whenever I record a video like this, and I record off of their instruments that are monitoring solar radiation to the planet. All you have to do is look at these videos, look how short they are, and the time. Some of them be 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, just a little quick videos, right? And look at the views on there. Why is YouTube, Instagram, and them blocking and shadow banning these fucking videos? You mean to tell me somebody would rather watch a video that's 2 hours? 26,000 or 30,000 people will watch a video 2 hours long to hear me talking about genetics and talking about the different things that's taking place on the planet versus looking at a object. This ball of light is pulsating and it's a fucking object clear as day at the 1 o'clock position. You mean to fucking tell me that some people would rather watch a 2-hour video as opposed to looking at this right here? You got to be fucking kidding me. So there is something that I am showing and talking about that your government, NASA, and the rest of its crew don't want to be shown. But apparently, I'm wrong though. I'm off my rocker. This is camera trick. So let me beam my camera down. Do you see anything on my lens? Let me zoom in over here. You see anything on my lens? Wow. Anything on my lens? Whoa, 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 whoa. And then let me move back up here. Wow. See? See? And then and I hope y'all starting to notice something, right? I know a lot of people haven't noticed this shit, but but some of you are starting to notice this. You know, birds don't like shit over top of their head. You know what I mean? You know, I want you to know that birds, everybody sees in a different wavelength. We so-called humans see less than 1% of the light spectrum. So you don't know what the fuck is going on around you, right? You don't know what you see around you. You don't know what's around you. So let me just say this to you. Birds don't like shit over top of their head. You ever notice birds don't want to really fly in the sky as much no more? They sit on the power lines and they sit low to the ground. They don't really fly that much in the air, up in the air. And when they do, they fly at certain areas and then they move and then they sit the fuck down. But apparently, I was telling y'all this 3 years ago. And people was like, oh man, you off your rocker. There is something wrong. Got you. Not a fucking problem. You're not paying attention to nature. I'm paying attention to the entirety of this planet, not just the weather phenomenons, not just the sinkholes or the mudslides. Do you see the sink, how California is sinking? And I told y'all, listen, let me just tell y'all this. The West Coast, goodbye, regardless if you want to hear this or not, and partial of the East Coast, goodbye. Seriously, there is partial, this shit is going down. Florida, goodbye. Parts of Florida, goodbye. Because Atlantis is coming out of the fucking water. Those pyramids are going to come out of those waters, that water down there, those crystal pyramids. Goodbye. You look at Antarctica. Do you see the ice that's melting up in Antarctica? All that fresh water? Goodbye. You listen to me. It won't be a flood though. It won't be the flood like you think it's going to be a flood. This is all going to be done by radiation. Granted, you're going to get water, but it's not going to be that 500-foot tidal wave that they hope and that they want to create. That's not happening. This is all going to be done by the sun, radiation. The exposure has to take place. The embarrassment, the joke has to take place. It has to be in your fucking face. It has to be. And this is what Mother Universe says. Show them all. Show them all. So I value my people. I sincerely do. I wanted to give y'all a little energy over here this morning. This sunrise over here. Over here on the East Coast about 9:30. Maybe a little bit after 9:30, or it's not. I don't know what time it is for real. I don't really pay too much close to the clock. But I want to just give y'all a little bit of this energy right here this morning. Be in denial all you want. I told y'all, what is this going to boil down to? People, when I say this shit, you make it seem like I'm making it up because you in denial of you. What is going to boil down to? The sun in genetics. Call it whatever you want. Argue whatever you want. Whatever. Keep talking about the weather anomalies. Keep talking about this, that, and the third. It's never going to change. This shit is still going to deal with you. Period. You. So now, hold on. Let me just say this. Hey, Mr. MB33, you did a video the other day, Mr. MB333. And that video you was talking about because now police officers have received information or being trained on how to deal with UFOs. Now listen to this shit here, people. Now this is funny. But anyway, police officers are now being trained on how to deal with UFOs. So, Mr. MB33, you asked a question on your live on your stream the other day, and you were talking about the extraterrestrials that supposedly came down or appeared in a people's backyard, right? And you was like, well, where did they go? Well, how did they just disappear? They didn't disappear. Let me explain something to you, Mr. MB33. The body is plasma. Your physical body is plasma. You are an electric beam. You understand what I'm saying? Now, mind you, your body doesn't hold the same energy that minds do. You see what I'm saying to you? Your body doesn't do exactly what minds do. You understand? However, what you must understand, bending light is nothing. This is where you get the movie Predator from. I know you don't like to hear a certain thing when people, you mention movies, this, that, and the third. See, they showed you in Predator that he hit a button on his fucking arm to bend light. But he truly did. You didn't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So-called black people really don't have to do that. This is a conscious thing. You feel what I'm saying? So our people, when you see these extraterrestrials, they can bend light. So when they bend light, a motherfucker could be right there next to you. You don't know, but guess what? They follow universal law. They're not going to touch you. They're not going to do anything to you. They're not going to do anything to you. Granted, you may see one of them. You may see some. They'll give you the glimpse of them. But granted, they're not going to do nothing to you because it's not going to. It doesn't benefit. It doesn't benefit my species or any intelligent species to beat up or be a bully to a weaker species. It doesn't benefit us to do that. See, this is what you must understand. You all are pretending to be bullies. If we wanted to be bullies, we could bully you motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? You are pretending to be bullies with a whip, a chain, your manipulation with Jesus and God and your guns and your rockets and your wars. You're pretending to be bullies. If we really wanted to bully your ass, then we will bully you. See, you yourself, Mr. MB33, have walked out on your porch and looked up and you have seen a cloaked ship, partially cloaked, that literally moved through your skies like it's nothing and without a sound. And the only reason why you saw that, and you think that's the only reason why you saw it, because the way it moved, we allowed you to see that, Mr. MB33. I told you this already. You are a sky watcher. Our brothers and sisters communicate differently through all of us. And what I mean by that, they might show, just like they showed Gina Marie, because they don't hate you. We don't have a hatred for you. We actually empathize for you. This is why you have gotten so many messages and so-called black people haven't gotten any messages. You know why? Because our message is between us. We are the messages. We are the ones that come. Our babies are our messages. Our message is the great reminder of this, not the great reminder, excuse me, the reminder that of our abuse. See, this is why they have to come out with slave movies. This is why they have to kill a black person. This is why they have to torture black people. This is why, like, for example, let me give an example. Like Tyreek Hill, the wide receiver for Miami Dolphins. He was driving, speeding down a roadway. The cops handcuffed him, put him face down into the ground. This is only for driving speed. He didn't rob nobody. He didn't harm nobody. He just driving in a nice car, and a police officer, redneck complex cell, got so upset that he went beyond his motherfucking job to take somebody out of a fucking car, handcuff them, and have him face down on the ground like he stole the car or did whatever the case may be. See, and that wasn't, you think that was just him being racist, but see, they're going to put that across wow, that's a fox. I've never seen that. It's just so close. But anyway, you think that stuff right there is just, oh my gosh, like, this is why it's going to be national news, because they want to show this, because every few months, every certain amount of time, and certain times of the year, y'all have to do things to us to make us say, damn, man, these people are still doing this shit to us. And guess what we're still doing? We're still saying, hey man, all these people ain't the same, man. All these people ain't bad, man. Some, you got good people out here, man. You got some good people out here, man, but all of them ain't bad. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, that's racist that you think all of them are like that, or you feel that type of way. See, they have to do this. And then we sending out the energy, all of them ain't bad, sounding like a retarded slave, you understand? Sound like a bootlicker. All of them ain't bad, man. So we can't put them all together in the same basket, man. See, but but see, what we don't realize, that we all are in the same basket. Y'all think LeBron James, he wouldn't get treated the way Tyreek Hill didn't get treated? We all will get treated like that, no matter how much money we have, no matter what position or title that we have in any corporate business or even in your fucking government, no matter how we live in your world, we will always be treated fucking bad by your people, by your bloodline. It's nothing, and listen, it's nothing wrong with admitting that, just so that you know that. We will always be treated bad. You cannot look at yourself as an individual and not understand that your species is infecting an entire species. You're looking at yourself as an individual, but you're not looking at the fact that your species is affecting an entire group of species. And because you all are ignorant to that, and you want to show ignorance to that, this is why you all will be placed together and a great separation is taking place. I value you. I appreciate you all. I hope that you all got something out of this enlightenment, this reminder that I'm telling you, that I'm speaking on this video right here. I hope that you all got something out of it. To be truthful and honest with you, and it don't make a difference if you're a complex cell or prokaryotic cell. Let me tell my women something, my mothers of humanity. Let me make this very, very fucking clear to you right now. You can think this shit's a game all you want, but you bet not trust any fucking body going forward. I'm telling you that right now, and you better be careful with trusting women. And I know people, why would you say that? Because they are using women right now to get you to smile and laugh, and they're setting you up just like the fucking movie Taken. They setting you up with women. So I'm just letting you know that. You can get mad at me all you want, but I'm letting you know something. Women, you better be fucking mindful of what's going on in your surroundings. That is the best advice that I can fucking give you. Be mindful in your surroundings. That's it. So I value you all. You all have an amazing Supreme Cosmic rest of your day. May your joy, may your day be filled with nothing but beautiful and universal manifestations. Abundance and gratitude to you all.